Hey everybody, welcome to LeahDTV, where we kiki about reality TV. If you love TV and want to joke and laugh about all the drama you see, hit that subscribe button, baby, and get comfy. So today I have the pleasure of speaking with the famous Daonte. I'm so happy he agreed to have this interview with me. He will be joining very soon. Yeah, so guys, if you have any questions for Deontay, you know, that you might want me to ask, hopefully you watch the New Year's Eve special with the Deontay and you got a better perspective of where he is right now. So, if you have and you have any questions that you want me to ask, please feel free to write them in the comments, engage, you know, all of that good stuff and whatnot. So now we will be waiting. Hold on 1 minute. I'm going to give us a couple minutes so more people could join. And then Deontay will join, and then we'll be all good. Hey, Deontay.
What's up?
Hold on. Hold on. Can I hear you?
Can you hear me?
I hear you. I hear you now.
Oh,
Sorry, this is my first time getting on here and I'm like trying to figure it out, with adding people on here.
yeah.
So, how are you?
I'm all right. I just did a stream yard earlier with Auntie's advice.
I was there. I was right down there in the comments.
Oh, you was?
Uh-huh. I seen it.
Oh, them people was
I love
dragging me.
Auntie. I'm just like you.
Them people was. I'm looking at it now. Them people in that live stream was dragging me. I said I can't win. Whatever.
Were they? See, I don't look
Yeah.
at the comments like that. And I don't I don't like that when people do that to you. So,
Yeah.
I'm glad I seen you live yesterday, and you see me in the comments. I was like, "Good, block him, Deontay.
I saw
Nobody
you.
got time for that."
Whatever. I can't. I can't make everybody happy. So,
That's right. And you got to live your life for you at the end of the day.
yeah.
So, first off, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, you did great on the show, How to Be an Inmate or How to Date
Yeah.
an Inmate.
Yeah.
You and Brittany really have good chemistry on there. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. We complimented each other a lot. Like I was like overly critical of myself, but people was telling me how good I did, and so
Yeah, you did really good.
yeah,
Really, really good. So, I know I have some questions for you. Um, what ultimately made you want to start dating? I'm going to start with Nicole. I'm going to talk about Nicole a little bit, okay? So, I know on the special we learned that you wrote her on this site called like Paper Dolls.
yeah. I was with my ex that passed away, Chelsea, first,
Mm.
and then we was falling out. So basically, how I found Nicole was I was looking for a way to get myself over Chelsea because I was so in love with her. It was hard for me to just walk away from her and be single again. Like I was like, I gotta. If I was just to stay single around that time, all I would have been doing is thinking about Chelsea and what she was doing.
Mm.
I just wasn't ready to be by myself yet. So at first, I didn't go automatically look for another inmate. Everybody think that, but actually, I went out. I started going out trying to meet people, but I'm shy. I ain't got no
Mm-hmm.
game. Barely got, barely got swag. So
You got game and swag. Don't do that.
sometimes I come across awkward or uh, stumble over my words and stuff. So it just wasn't working. And then I reactivated my Tinder, and I was meeting people
Mm.
on Tinder, but a lot of the girls I met on Tinder just was interested in having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
They
I
weren't
know the
trying to,
Tinder life.
yeah, they weren't really trying to hook up with nobody. So I was just like, or they was trying to hook up, but they weren't trying to be serious. And
Relationship.
then everybody else couldn't hold a relationship with me, or they wasn't real. There was a bot or something. So I was like, well, I know one other place I can go to where if I reach out to them, they ain't got no choice but to listen to what I'm saying because they look where they at. So
You know what? You right, because it is hard being out here in the dating field, and you just know, like, I guess if you write somebody who's in there, you know
yeah,
that they're pretty much gonna write back because they ain't got nothing else to do.
or that's what I thought. Little did I know they even in there they don't hardly pay attention to what you say in the day.
Really?
So, but yeah, I did that, and I looked for somebody specifically in Virginia this time because Chelsea lived in Illinois, in
Mm.
Chicago. So a lot of our problems, she was up there. I'm here. I don't know what she doing. So this time I said
Yeah.
I'm gonna find somebody specifically in Virginia, and if I don't find nobody I'm into, I'm just gonna give up on it. And so that's when I went on Paper Dolls, and I scrolled, and then I think it was the third page I seen Nicole,
Mm.
and I was like, oh, she cute.
Mm.
And then I was like, so I seen how old she was, and I was like, oh no, I was like, she 10 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got time. She probably bought a bunch of games or whatever. And I even went on her Instagram and checked her out because I was like, I'm gonna see what this girl about. And I saw her Instagram. Should have recognized the red flags right there,
Mm.
because she pretty much looked like she was all about money back then. But
Really?
I'm so naive sometimes and always trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. I sat on it for like 3 days before I actually said something to her, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna give this a chance. I am attracted to this girl, and I
Mm.
ain't just gonna judge her based off of something Chelsea did. So I'm gonna give it a chance. And I wrote to her and sent her some pictures of me. She didn't write back. She never did write me back. I think I sent her like 2 letters.
That's what I was gonna say next. They say you wrote her twice. I was like, wow, you was
Yeah,
eager.
she didn't write back, but she kept trying to call me. And at first, I didn't recognize the phone number, so I wouldn't pick up the phone.
Mm.
And so I think I listened to the voicemail one day, and it said it was from that prison. I said, "Oh, that must be the girl I wrote to." So then I was just waiting for that phone call, to see if she was gonna call back. And that's when I wrote her the second time because I said I saw that you tried to call me. I didn't know who you was, so she
Got
probably
you.
did not
Got
answer.
you.
And it's funny because then she kept trying to call me, and I kept missing her call because I was either in the shower or one time because I was still kind of talking to Chelsea a little bit. We was falling out, so I remember I was sitting right next to Chelsea while Nicole was calling me, and I looked at the phone and looked over at Chelsea. She was like, "Who is that calling you?" I said, "I don't know. I knew who
I
it was.
can't.
I knew who it
So,
was." But
so Chelsea, did she ever come to VA or no? She never came to Virginia. Mm.
yeah, she was up here when Nicole was calling me. She was here in Virginia with me.
Oh, okay.
I was
Okay.
like, this must be a bill collector or something. She was like, just pick it up. I said, I ain't answering that. And And then Nicole called right back. I said, she calling again in my head. I was like, and I really wanted to answer that phone call because
Mm-hmm.
at that time, I was about through with y'all. I hadn't fully let her go yet, but I was at the point where I can't do this with you no more. So me and Chelsea pretty much fell out after that, after she left Virginia. And Nicole called me again. Finally, when I was able in a position to answer, and I answered, and we talked for the first time. And
Okay.
yeah,
That was after you had kind of ended thing with Charles.
yeah, we fell out about a week after she left Virginia. So
Okay.
yeah,
And Nicole never wrote you. It was always like telephone calls.
she always said she was too lazy to write. She's like, you're lucky you kept writing me because I got
Mm,
lazy. Yeah, she just,
child, please. That was a red flag right there too.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So
So, my next question. Do you regret dealing with Nicole? Like looking back, I just want to know what are your thoughts now?
sometimes I feel like I regret it, but then sometimes it's like, well, if you wouldn't have met her and ran into her, you wouldn't be on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody would know who you are. I mean, the best thing she ever did for me was got me on Love After Lockup because that was her idea. I didn't want to do this.
Was it her idea?
Yeah, I was a fan of the show. She didn't know what it was because she was in prison when it came out.
Mm.
So I used to tell her about it when we talked because Chelsea is the one that introduced me to the show. So I was like, yeah, I watched this show all the time called Love After Lockup. Told her what it was about, and she was like, "Oh my God, we need to get on there." And I was like, "I ain't going on that show." I was like, "I watched the show. I know how they make people look. I'm not going on there. You tried me."
But I'm glad you did because you really add to the entertainment of Love After Lockup. Like really, you the
I
star.
I know you used to love roasting me. I've been watching you for a long time. You
I
didn't even
know.
know it. I
But you know what? It's boring without you. You, even though I don't really like Nicole like that, but y'all and Tia with her voice,
uh,
y'all made it entertaining to watch.
you know what? You funny when you mock people voices. Like when
Thank
you
you.
do Stan and Tia and Nicole and me. It's funny.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember the one you was like, it was a dark and stormy night, and all you heard was "What you doing, Nicole?" I said, "Oh shit."
Oh my gosh, you watched that one?
Yeah,
Wow,
but
that's
yeah,
crazy.
this I was like, I ain't finna go on there. You tried me. I said, but she kept pressing me every other week, every other
Hmm.
day. Why don't you just email them and see what they say? I was like, I'm not finna email them people.
She
And then
wanted the fame, seemed like.
finally, I was cleaning my house one Saturday in July. I remember
Mm.
July 2020, and my cousin Quan was here, and my brother was here, and I was just like, man, let me go ahead and email them so she can shut up, because I knew she was gonna ask about it when she called. So I said, let me go ahead and do this so I can say I did it, and I can just say I ain't getting no response back. So I emailed them and I told them my story. I sent them pictures of me and Nicole,
Hmm.
and I got a call 10 minutes later from Sharp Entertainment. And
Wow.
I was shocked. I was like, "Are you serious?" They're like, "Yeah, we love you. We love your story. You guys look really good. We love to have you on." I said, "Yeah, let's do it."
And then how long after that was Nicole still locked up? Did they have to wait for her to get out and then start
Yeah,
filming?
if you sign up for the show, your inmate got to be at least 3 months close to getting out before they'll talk to you.
Okay. Yeah,
And
that
I don't
makes
think,
sense.
and I think you sign your contract a month or so before your person get out. You do. They don't sign it until they get out.
Mm.
So,
Okay. So how long before, like how long into talking to Nicole did she start asking for money? Was it
oh man,
immediately?
I'll give her credit. In the beginning, when we first started talking about the first month or so, she didn't ask me for no money.
Okay.
I offered it to her in the beginning because I had done, after a while talking to her for a month or so, I think it was a month and a half maybe, I started to develop feelings for her and started to care about her. So I just was like, if you need something, let me know. I'll take care of you. I think I offered her like I might have sent her like $60 or something one day, and she was appreciative of me. And then every so often, I would send her a little bit, not all the time, but every so often I would. But then she started getting comfortable,
Mm.
and she started asking herself. And at first, she would only ask for $100 or so, which was fine with me. But then the more comfortable she got, the more she started asking for more.
Mm.
And it would go from hundreds of some odd dollars, and all of a sudden now you want $200 every week. Sometimes you want five. Sometimes she want 1,000. It have been times where I cuss Nicole clean out,
As you should.
and because I sometimes I would be like, you being ridiculous. Like you asked me for some ridiculous stuff. Like why she wanted me to get her a car one time. I said, you out your damn mind. I ain't buying you no car.
Yeah,
I
she
was
thought you
like,
was staying.
what do I look like buying you a car? I'm still making car payments on my car. I ain't got a hubcap on my car. Why am I gonna buy you a whole new car?
Right. And
So I could
it
go to
was
my
the titties for me. Like, were you really
yeah.
gonna get her breast? Had you
I considered it in the beginning,
Okay.
and then it was something I just kept saying to shut her up that I never really actually planned on doing. Cause after a while, I'm like, you ain't even hardly let me see the natural ones. Why I'm gonna buy you some?
Right. Can you get a peek at the natural ones first?
And I wish I would have seen that smirk she made on her face when I was like, yeah, maybe I won't pay my rent or something. Because I really was just saying
Mm.
that to shut her up. But I didn't see that smirk she had on her face.
Yeah, and when y'all was in the kitchen, I knew that. I was like, he ain't gonna buy her no breast. I know you said that to just
They
basically.
showed they showed my facial expression when she said that's not even that much. They showed it for a brief second. I was like, what?
Right. Like, yes, it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So your mom, I absolutely love. Your friend D.
Derek, yeah.
Yes, they always try to tell you about Nicole, and it's just like, I don't know why you don't listen to them. Do you hear them when they tell you about her, or used to? Because I know this is old, but
I hear everybody. I guess I can be a little hard headed. I like to walk my own path and
yeah.
determine my own destiny. So even when the people close to you trying to tell you something and they might be right, you just wanted to find out on your own. And with Nicole, I was so in love and so in denial with her. It didn't matter what nobody said.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna make some kind of excuse or try to make whatever she did make sense, even though it was ridiculous. Uh, with Derek, he just that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
he just hard on me. Like I got on him. I was like, bro, why would you say all that stuff on camera? You could have waited till we was off camera for that. You gonna embarrass me like that on? I said, this finna be on TV, man. Like, what you thought was gonna happen? I won't finna.
Right.
And then with my mama, I don't want to say I got resentment towards my mama because I don't. I love my mama, but I guess my mama is always going against everybody I talk to, even whether they're an inmate or not.
Really?
So I get to the point with my mama where you don't approve of nobody. So I ain't
Mm.
going to. I don't know. My mama mean well. She just real overprotective of me, but
I understand. I've
I be
I've
like,
been there. As
Mom, you can't determine who I'm with. I got to make my own decisions. And if I crash and burn, that's for me to deal with.
that's for you to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I crash and
I
burn. Oh, go ahead.
and don't let no one make you feel bad about, dealing with who you dealing with, because I got married at like 19 and everybody
Dang.
told me, I'm not anymore, but
Oh,
everybody told me like, don't do it. He's not right for you. And I did it, of course. So I had to experience that, and then just, I seen it for what it was, and I don't
yeah.
regret it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I crashed and burned with Chelsea, and I picked myself back up,
Mm-hmm.
got popular, got with Nicole. I crashed and burned with Nicole, and I still picked myself back up, and I'm doing just fine. So
Exactly.
I
You
already know,
good.
you got to go through some heartbreak sometimes, but you'll rise up if you.
Mm-hmm. So I do want to talk a little bit about little Nicole. Okay.
Yeah.
A little sex talk. So do you regret burning her up? Because sex toys could be helpful. I know. So
Wow. No, I don't regret it. I don't want nothing to remind me of Nicole. I didn't even want to put that thing on TV to begin with.
that was classic. When you pull that out, that was so brave to do. Like,
That's what you should never. One thing I learned about casting, if it's something you don't want seen on that's embarrassing to you
mm-hmm.
probably should tell them.
So you was just telling them about it, and then they probably egged it on, like, "Oh, let us see."
No, because they was. I remember them asking me if I had been messing around on Nicole, but I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Nah, man." And it was like, "Come on, bro, you ain't go a whole year and a half without doing nothing." And that's when I was like, "I did. I got something for that." And when I said that, they wanted to see it.
Yeah, of course,
And
right?
so, yeah.
Okay, well, now I'm sure you're dating. You have moved on. You don't need that toy no more, so it's all Gucci. It's all good.
I ain't hardly you. I just got that so I wouldn't cheat on Nicole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she had a good one. She fumbled the bag, but it's okay.
I wish I would have cheated on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking back now, right?
Yeah.
So on the special a couple of nights ago, Megan was giving you the eye a little bit. Are y'all friends? Have you like is she someone you would date?
I think Megan is good looking. We follow each other on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I remember she said that, and I looked at her like, "Yeah, you cute yourself." But they ain't show that. They just show like me looking all awkward as hell. So
But you did know that she was flirting when she did say that.
yeah, I told her she was glowing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you already know who I want you with. I want you with Rachel, period. Y'all already know.
Everybody do.
Yeah, everybody absolutely adores Rachel. I know you guys are just friends, but have you ever thought about dating her like before your current situation maybe? Has the thought ever crossed you guys' minds?
It's crossed mine a few times. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know about her, but I mean, me and Rachel are real close, like this.
Mm.
I was just in Michigan.
Mhm.
It don't take rocket science to figure out who I was hanging out with. But
Right, right.
but I don't know. We are like two nerds together. Like we both can be naive and we both are nerdy and it's crazy because we so close and got chemistry, but it's just that I ain't never tried that where I like my relationship with her. I don't want to mess it up.
Got you. Got you.
And it's funny
Yeah,
that
so
we so similar and everybody wanted us together and in a perfect world we probably would be. But it's just as much as I hate to say it, we seem to be two people that are very similar, but also two people that have different types of people that we like.
mm,
And you
does
know,
she like more of like the bad boy kind of seem
I don't
like?
want to put Rachel business out there, but I mean,
Okay.
you seen Doug, so
Yeah, Doug. Ooh, child.
and then
So, how did you and Rachel start talking? Did you guys message on?
she found me on Instagram. I think a week or 2 weeks before our season aired.
Okay.
And I remember she jumped in my DMs, and I was like, "I know who you are. Ain't you about to be on the season with me?" And that's how we connected, and then we talked for a little bit and discovered we was both Marines. And
Oh, cool.
she was just like, "You seem to be carrying the banner for us." This because I said because I was they always had me front and center on the commercials, and then on the little
Hmm.
promotional banner I was right dead in the middle. So
They knew what it was.
yeah,
They knew who was gonna bring in the viewers.
I didn't know that. So we just got close like that, and we just continued on with our friendship. And then eventually, I went to go see her, and we took them first pictures together, and we didn't post them for a long time.
Mm.
And
And
then
then
when
they
I,
made you guys delete it, huh?
yeah, then when I did post them, it blew up the internet.
Yeah, it did. I remember that.
And then
Like,
we started
oh.
going live together, and then eventually, I think we was together, and we went and met Brittany and Ray together, and took a picture with them, and it was the four of us, and I posted that, and got my ass chewed out for it, and
Mm.
took it down. I had to take it all down.
Wow.
Yeah,
So I do want to talk a little bit about Nicole's wedding. Not much, but just a little bit. So I did hear that Tia, with her little voice, actually spit on you or attempted to spit on you at the wedding. Is that true?
yeah. She tried when we had that little scuffle, and she fell on her ass or whatever. Sorry for cussing, but she
It's
fell,
okay.
and they pulled her away from me, and I'm sitting up there going at it with the security guy because I'm like, bro, you coming at me? She came, she swung on me,
Mm-hmm.
but he was calming me down or whatever. And as we was talking, she ran back up and spit, and she
Wow.
tried to hit me, but she hit him in the back of his head, and that's the reason why I was out of that red velvet suit that one scene, because when she spit, I said, "Oh, you gonna spit?" And I called her the B word, and I threw off the suit. I said, "No, let's go now. You want to spit?" Because
Mm.
to me, that was disrespect to me. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah. I
I tell
wanted
you
I
that,
wanted you to pick her up. Just pick her up, put her in a headlock or something. I didn't want you to hit her.
yeah.
But I just wanted you to, because she was just out of line to even throw a punch or whatever it was at you. Like,
I
what
mean,
was wrong with her?
I probably shouldn't have been there in the first place. That's a whole nother story. But
Mm-hmm.
even then,
But still,
I wasn't
she,
there on no hostile type stuff.
right. You
Yeah,
just was like, I congratulate y'all, and here she go.
yeah.
Well, you just, oof.
You like it if I showed up at your wedding? And
Right.
I said, I don't want you to know where I'm at.
Period. He don't want you where you she at.
I also said, tell your girl, don't tell me where it's gonna be at. I got said they cut it out.
Exactly. Like she didn't put two and two together how you would know where it was at. Obviously, you've been talking to Nicole.
Well, there's a little bit of that and other things, but yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So
Okay. So on the special, there's a lot of people that was like, would you ever date an inmate again? Alluding to the fact that you might be dating an inmate again. And then we find out that you're dating Lindsay.
yeah, I've been,
Wow, that was a
I've been,
shocker.
I've been getting a lot of backlash for that. Yeah.
I know, I know. I just want you to be careful with her because I just want your eyes open with her.
I mean, and again, I ain't go. She looked for me, and I kind of was against it for a minute, but I gave it a chance. And
Yeah, she reached out to you first.
yeah, and then some people think is she saw me as a lick, and she saw what you did for Nicole. She just know you a mark, and I'm like, shit. I wasn't on TV yet, so that none of that had been shown. So you
Hmm.
wouldn't have had no way of knowing that. And then there's some people say, oh, production set this up because they know you a money bag and this and this. But they were against it. That their production didn't want us together because they don't like inmate. They don't like cast members interacting with each other,
Right.
which is why I had to take down all my pictures. This was a no no for them because I guess to them it's a conflict of interest and it kind of makes the show look fake.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and if they feel like you faking it or you just trying to do something to stay on TV, they won't deal with you. They don't like that. So I was shocked when they actually agreed to publicly put it on television because of the pushback that we got. But we had done already made the decision that we're gonna be together regardless, whether we on the show or whether we on TV or not. This is what it's gonna
Okay.
be. And,
Yeah.
and so I guess they just decided to roll with it. I mean, it created a buzz on the internet.
Put it
So
in a frenzy.
so I, so it made sense for them to now want to, because they did call me and ask me if I was comfortable with them documenting it, if they wanted to document it again. I said, I mean, of course. Everybody want to see it now. You might as well. So
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I was surprised. I didn't know she was actually incarcerated during the filming.
Yeah, I was shocked when she DM'd me. I was like, how are you DMing me and you in prison? How you even know who I am?
Yeah.
Uh, but it was a girl. It wasn't her. She was like, she's been looking for you for 2 weeks because I hadn't changed my Instagram name yet to Love After Lockup. So
Okay.
um, she couldn't find me. But once I did that, they found me. Obviously, now I'm starstruck because I ain't on TV, so I'm pretty much still an unknown.
Mhm.
And this girl that I seen on TV that I had a crush on already because I liked her when her season was airing. So I was like, she fine to me. She crazy, but she fine.
I'm
And
glad you. She's fine, but the crazy. We got to keep that in mind.
yeah, so I
Cause
was like,
I'm not gonna lie, out of all of the inmates, Lindsay's not the worst, but we have seen some behavior from her, like the screaming in the closet.
yeah.
That could have you worried. The going through Scotch desk and his papers. It's like, okay, wait a
Well,
minute now.
she did say on Sherelle's World that by the time she had started filming for Life After Lockup, she had relapsed. Because I asked
Mm.
her, I said, let me ask you something. When you was filming, you was tweaking a lot. You had done relapse, didn't you? She said, yeah, I was so stressed out by Scott. So I
That makes more sense now. Then I didn't know she had a drug problem at one point.
yeah, meth was her drug. But
Okay.
she
Wow.
just, I was like, the first thing I asked her was, what you trying to do? I was like, what are you trying to do by talking to me?
Mhm.
Because I said, I'm exhausted by inmates. I done had two of them. What is it that you want? Even though I like you, and I was, interested to talk to her because to me, she was a celebrity at the time. So I was
Mhm.
intrigued by this celebrity being interested in me. But she said, I really just think you're good looking, and I see you on the commercials, and you're so fine. And I hope, are you still involved with that girl and this and this? And I was like, not exactly. And so, we just
So by the time she messaged you, you were kind of done with Nicole, kind of.
yeah. By the time the first season aired, I think were we done? Yeah, because we filmed Love After Lockup and Life After Lockup pretty much almost simultaneously back to back.
Mm,
So once it was all filmed, then we fell apart. Pretty much that wedding was the last time I had seen her. And
got you.
then, we just waited for it to air. I waited for everything to air. So that's why she was like, you still with that girl? I was like, no, not really. And so we just talked and we clicked and connected. And I just was like, but I let it be known in the beginning that, listen, I can't make you no guarantee I'm going to be faithful this time. I was faithful twice, got burned
Yeah,
twice. So I'm not willing to deprive myself again for another inmate and possibly get burned again. So if you
I'm
want
so
me to,
glad you told her that. So you're not like putting your
no,
life on hold until she gets
yeah,
out, basically.
yeah. I said, I'll do this with you and I'll ride with you, but I'm going to do what I want to do until you come home.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it's going to be. And you either going to be with it or you ain't. And she was with it.
She
She
was
was
with
okay.
it.
She said, realistically, I can't expect for you to wait for me that long. Because she knew I was getting ready to be on TV. I was probably going to get a whole lot of attention that I was going to want to explore. And she
Mm-hmm.
understood that just so long as I tell her what I'm doing. Like, if she just find out something, that'll make her mad. Like she said,
Mm-hmm.
she said, I always would rather hear the ugly truth than a pretty lie.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
you
so
said that.
that's the only reason why she went and got the prison girlfriend because I got a little overboard with experimenting because she let me do it. So I was like, well, you said I could do it.
And that was my next question. Like, are you okay with her having a girlfriend in
That's
there,
why
or not so much a girlfriend, but somebody she dealing with in there?
she did that. She was like, if you're gonna mess with girls like that and do your thing, then I'm gonna have somebody to occupy me until I said I can't get mad at you. You telling me so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Open honesty. You
Yeah.
know, that's a better way to start off the
And,
relationship.
she haven't. asked me for a dime since we've been talking. Like
I heard you say that, and I'm ecstatic about that one.
I had
Don't.
already I told her from the beginning I wasn't gonna send her no money. I said I ain't
Yeah.
sending you no money, so she was like,
See
"That's
how
fine."
she is first, out in the
Yeah,
outside world, and what's her motives.
yeah.
And then, of course, it's good to be generous, but just make sure her mind is right first.
That's the one mistake I ain't making again is sending her
Yeah.
that much money. So I might make some other mistakes, but that won't be one of them.
Facts. So Lindsay said that she thinks your mom is basically gonna rip her to pieces. Would you agree?
Yep. My mom ain't had my mom cussed me out
Did she?
yesterday morning when I woke up after that special on New Year's Day and looked at my phone. I had about 4 or 5 text messages from my mom fussing me out.
Mm,
I don't know. My mama just this gonna be a mess. That's the only thing. I'm like, man,
I know.
cause
But
it's
don't try to just try to let your mom understand as much as she can, because I don't want her your relationship with your mom to be tarnished because of Lindsay or any other woman, you
yeah.
know. Just try to help her understand a little. And then maybe when Lindsay gets out, she'll see that she's different.
I hope so.
Mhm.
Derek said he gonna keep his comments to himself right now.
Oh
He feel.
Lord.
I feel like he wait until we film. If we film, that's what he doing because he want to let it all out on camera.
Wait
But
until you guys film.
yeah, if we shoot, most likely we'll be on another season. So yeah, that's probably what
Mhm.
he waiting on. He did say this, like I said on our teaser. If he said if this don't work, no more inmates, no more white women.
Yeah.
I said, what you mean, no more white women? What they got to do with
I
anything?
agree, Deontay. I agree.
He was like,
You
at least
might.
he said, at least try a Latina if you're gonna do this. I like Latina. What you mean? He just,
Yeah, I always see like in your comments when you go on Instagram Live, people are like, "Does he date black women?" I'm
yeah,
like, he has said before he dates all types of women. Like,
yeah,
I be having an issue with guys who just don't date black women. Like,
yeah.
that's weird to me. But as long as you date all types of women, it's
Actually,
a pro.
Lindsay, it's funny because I never knew they got LeahDTV in federal prisons. So
Mm,
Lindsay was watching the special the other night and she called me talking about I didn't like that little segment with Lizzie where you was all flirting with Lizzie. I was like, what? I just
Wait,
said,
flirting with who?
Lizzie, the black lady that was with Scott that passed away.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's pretty though.
She is.
Yeah.
I can't help that. She look good.
Yes, I understand. You show interest in different women, but
I
yeah,
told
if this don't work out, Deontay, I'm gonna need you to get a sister. Period.
I told Lizzie when she came on, I said, "Woman, you could have took all my money if you'd have met me." I said, "You would have got me. I'd have fell for a hook, line, and sinker with you." She was
So
laughing.
that's your type, Lindsay. Looking at her.
No, Lizzie, the black. I just thought she was really attractive,
Mm-hmm.
but uh, but I think what I'm saying. Like I was telling Auntie, one of the new girls on Love During Lockup. I think she fine. Her name Ty, the black girl.
Mm-hmm. I
I
think
said,
she from New York too.
yeah,
So
from
yeah, I like her.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
I said, oh, I'd have got at her. I'd have tried to. She was like, she'd swallow me whole, or I,
Hey, you never know, probably.
I said, it's funny people think I don't like black women, but she fine. I
Yeah.
said, I can't say that too much because Lindsay might see one of these one day.
It's okay, Lindsay. Lindsay's pretty in her own right, but yeah, black women top tier. Sorry.
Did you see me? Did you see me on my live mocking, imitating Lindsay? Her line.
Yes, I seen that. I seen that too.
With
Yeah, so
them neck movements she do.
oh my yeah, you could tell. I don't know. I knew something was off, but I didn't know what. So that's what it was. Okay.
Thank you for the 5x8. If I wanted a 5x8, I would have stayed.
she she's good too. It's personality. You guys have good personalities for the
Yeah.
show. So she
Not
gets out. She gets out right soon.
in March. Yeah, I see she been shouting me out a lot on her stories, her Instagram stories and stuff.
Okay.
So then I finally acknowledged it finally and posted her on one of my stories.
Nice. You guys talk daily, multiple times a day?
Yeah, she used to call me 3, 4 times a day. She can't now. She'll call me once or twice now, but at first she was calling me. That's like I told Auntie. That's one of the only things that worries me about her right now. She can be a little possessive over me
Mm.
sometimes. Like she always want to know where I'm at, what I'm doing, who I'm with. She
Hmm.
sometimes knows exactly where. Like if I'm sitting in my car talking to her, because my phone is paired to my car, so I got a little Bluetooth. Because I don't drive that same raggedy car I had on the show.
Got
I,
you a new car now, dude?
yeah, I still got that car, but I
Okay.
got two cars. But my phone hooks up to the Bluetooth in the car. So when if I'm in my car driving, she know when I ain't wearing my seatbelt, because I
Really?
have a tendency not to wear my seatbelt. I guess she can hear it making that noise. She be like, put your seatbelt
Wow.
on. And I remember one time she knew exactly where I like. She knows my city for some reason, so she knew like exactly what stoplight I was at to turn into my complex. And I'm looking around like, are you watching me or something?
Yeah, how the heck she know that? That's kind of okay.
Uh,
Keep your
her
eye
mom,
on that day, Deontay.
I think her biological mom is from Newport News. I think so. She know the area,
Okay,
and so
got you.
Lindsay done mapped out Newport News and knows where stuff is. So
Okay, because I'm like, how she know that? And she lives in Mississippi. Well, lived in Mississippi,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I was like, girl,
Yeah, that's crazy.
but
And at one, well, on the special, it said that you were moving to Mississippi, but that's not the case anymore.
that was the plan originally. You know, because she didn't want to take her daughter from
Hmm.
Mississippi. But so I had just planned to go on down there, even though I really wasn't comfortable and didn't want to, because that's Mississippi and I'm black.
Okay, I was just about
but
to say that.
but I talked to her and I told her I don't think it's a good idea for me to. I think it's better for you to come here because it don't make sense for me to leave what I already got established.
Hmm.
I make good money where I work at the, you know, doing what I do, so I don't want to throw all that away because I don't like to go nowhere unless I got something established. So I said, you keep on saying all your bad influences in Mississippi, so why don't you come up here and have a change of scenery and a
That's a
break
good
up?
idea.
And her mom and Miley Grace both agreed with that. They like that idea.
Oh, Miley
So
Grace.
yeah,
Okay. Well, yeah, that's way better. I was just about to. I was watching the special. Like, I'm hoping Deontay don't go to Mississippi. Listen,
no.
I'm in North Carolina. We don't need to be
Oh yeah.
down there.
Oh, I'm from my mama from Kinston, North Carolina.
Where's she from?
Kinston.
Oh, okay. I heard of that. I'm in Raleigh.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm glad he's staying there, and then she could just move into your spot, and then y'all
yeah.
could just build from there. Um. Are you ready to take on that stepdaddy type role if need be? I know you don't have kids, right?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of been ready to be a father for a while. It just ain't happened yet. So
Okay.
I'm ready. I think me and Miley Grace should get along pretty
Yeah.
well. I haven't spoke to her personally just yet, but she knows she know about me. I talk to her mom, Lindsay's mom, a lot though.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you're definitely a step up from what's his name?
Oh
The other
Scott,
guy, Scott,
yeah,
with his lips. So yeah, you definitely okay.
yeah.
Cool. So we saw you kiss Lindsay on the screen. Have you been able to visit her and kiss in real life and all that good stuff?
Nah, I'm on her visitors list, but COVID, they
Oh
can't have
yeah.
contact visitors. So,
Yeah.
but she does talk a lot about what she want to do to me when she come out.
Oh Lord.
She even said
I
it on the
seen it
yeah,
on when you shared that post on Instagram
yeah.
where her like, I can't wait till I get out and do this, this, this. I'm like, oh my goodness.
She said it
All
on the
right.
so
Okay, and she's in Mississippi right now, locked up, right?
She locked up in Alabama right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see. Um, I already asked most of these questions I asked. Is she out of jail yet? Not yet. Um, what else? Basically, to sum it up, I just want to say just be cautious of her. Cause whoa.
I'm
That was
already
it.
I'm already getting prepared. Like I ain't slow or stupid like people think I am. I realize
Right.
what show I'm on
Mm-hmm.
and what may happen on that show. So I already know that. But it is, you know what? It wouldn't be me if I ain't go for it. I just always seek adventure and excitement. I guess it's the Aries in me. I don't know.
Are you an Aries? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
y'all do. Okay, yeah, so
but
but
like
it
I said, I ain't. This ain't for no fame or to stay on TV or
mhm.
at least on my end. I can't speak for her. It don't seem like it is. So I'm just
We'll
gonna go with
see.
that. It just remained to be seen. Well, whatever happened, I ain't out here begging for no sympathy or nobody to feel sorry for me. I don't make no excuses. I do whatever I do to my own self, and I live with the consequences.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm either gonna rise above it and prove everybody wrong, or I'm gonna crash and burn.
Yeah.
But it's my life to live. And it's like the perfect situation for me right now. I got a girl that I'm really into, that I was attracted to on TV, that
Mhm.
is now mine. Technically, is he still allow me to go out and explore my options? So,
That is pretty perfect.
I mean, the only thing she worries about is me catching feelings for somebody, or somebody catch like she when a girl get too attached to me, she start getting her feelings.
Mm,
But
got you. And you already seem like you going into it in a different headspace as far
yeah,
as like dating until she comes home.
it done been a few that I ain't gonna lie. I done met a lot of girls
Hmm.
days that if I wasn't already talking to her, I would have been with them, like in an actual relationship. It's just
Really?
that I already done started this with Lindsay, so I like to finish what I started.
Okay. Okay. Are these girls, I guess, in the free world?
Yeah, and I tell everybody the truth. Like I tell Lindsay what I do, and I also tell these girls that I interact with
Mm.
that I'm talking to somebody. I don't always say it's Lindsay. A few people I told it was actually Lindsay, but a lot of times I tell them what situation I'm in, and they still sleep with me or still. So it ain't like I hide stuff from people.
Yeah, you honest. It is what it is.
I think a lot of people just, so like I told Auntie, some of them just want to have a good time. They see me on Instagram flexing and showing my print. Sometimes they want to explore that. So,
Yes, I be hearing about the prints and whatnot and the
yeah,
body yada yada.
some
So
people
yeah.
done some people done seen my OnlyFans, and so they really want to explore me. And some people actually like me, and feel like, hey, I can get them to catch feelings for me, and sometimes it almost happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lindsay kind of gets in her feelings, and I be like, all right, let me just like she really getting her feelings about. She used to get her feelings about Rachel a lot because I used to talk about Rachel a lot,
Yeah,
and
you and Rachel definitely have chemistry. You could
it ain't
tell.
necessarily because she's intimidated that me and Rachel gonna do something. She just is more so of the way it looks to the fans because she already is aware that she's not a fan favorite and
Mm-hmm.
Rachel is. So she's like the more I know you and Rachel are close friends and you love each other, but the more you continue to have yourself around her or show yourself around her, she's a heavy fan favorite. People already want to see you with her. I don't want to have to compete with that because I'm the one that you chose, and so people are gonna automatically come down on me because they want you with Rachel. So you got to be careful with what you do.
Well, yeah, if she gets out and she can show us that she's not who we think she is, maybe she could be a fan favorite, you know?
Yeah.
Because we definitely love Rachel. We want to see you with her, but maybe,
Yeah.
you know, it could be different if she get out and not show
Yeah.
that I think she's crazy, but maybe not, you know. Maybe she okay.
I mean, like I said, she had her moments, but like I told Auntie, just because she went crazy and went ballistic on Scott and tore up his office, don't necessarily mean she gonna be that way with me. Just like I know how I look on the show. Hold on.
Okay.
I know how I look on the show, and just because I went out like a simp sucker for Nicole, don't necessarily mean I'm gonna do that for Lindsay.
Right.
But
Cuz
like,
Scott was he was a piece of work and he was just lying and doing stuff. So, and I know you're pretty honest and upfront about and when
yeah,
you're in a relationship. So maybe it won't be the same. It's going to be interesting to see the dynamic for real.
yeah, I can
Yeah.
tell you one thing. She really don't like Nicole. That she,
Nobody does.
I remember they played that when we was watching that one episode where me and Nicole saw each other for the first time in 4 months, and
Mhm.
she cried when she see me. Lindsay called me during that scene. She's like, I don't like this. I don't like this HOE
Yeah.
crying over you. And I was like, that was so long ago.
She probably thought it was kind of more recent.
Yeah, she really don't like her. Or she didn't like the part in the special where Nicole was like, when I first saw pictures of Deontay, I thought he was fine as hell.
Yeah, I
She
can
said
see
that
that.
made
And
me.
Nicole, she when you guys first seen each other, she really didn't look well. And you had said that. I was like, whoa, she looks not as good. She looks sick,
like
kind of.
like she been on drugs.
Jaws was hanging. I was like, what is going on?
And I
Yeah.
feel like that girl Tia had a lot to do with that, but she like it, I love it at this point.
Yeah, she'll see soon. They'll see, honestly. But
Yeah,
I'm happy you did move on from her. I don't have any more questions. I just really appreciate you coming on my little channel. And I can't believe
yeah,
you watch me. And
yeah,
now I just really appreciate you taking the time out to do this. For real.
yeah. No problem, no problem.
So, do you have anything you want to say before we end the live?
I mean, well, at least you know now that I ain't as bad as you thought I was. Now that you actually talked to me.
Listen, exactly. If you guys don't follow Deontay on his Instagram, you need to. Because after I started following you, I really seen this guy got a good heart. He's a
Yeah.
good person. He just want to be loved. Like, I felt bad. And you
I mean,
really
I do.
changed my perspective.
I show off and get out of my character sometimes when people make me mad. Like you see how I am on my live. Sometimes the black come up out of me when people keep bothering me.
Yeah.
Because I don't say the N word that often, but when you trigger me, it come out. I just
Sometimes you have to. Megan
yeah.
says, I want to see Machine Gun Tia try the windmill motion on you in front of Lindsay. Okay? She gonna get
Oh,
dragged.
Lindsay already said that I'm a drag that. You sure heard what you said about Nicole. I'm a drag that. So
Yeah, so yeah, I definitely seen a different version of you. And I'm just happy for you. I'm keep watching. I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna keep reviewing. And anytime you want to come back on here, just let me know.
oh yeah, no
Um,
problem. I'm trying to get to all my favorite YouTubers. So you was one of them. So
yes, I appreciate this. Shout outs, everything.
yeah.
Yeah, so
But
I'm Queen laughing. I'm gonna let you go, and you
oh
have a
yeah,
good
I'm
rest
cool.
of your night. Okay.
No problem. You know I'm gonna rewatch this and look at your live chat and see how bad I'm getting
Yes,
dressed.
my people are nice. Everybody's like, "Oh, Deontay looks so good." Yeah.
I'm about to say I know I'm getting dragged because in Auntie live chat I'm getting dragged right now. I was like,
Yeah, they
wow.
they different over there. I know they
Yeah,
be different.
yeah.
But my people are it's not bad. I'm looking at it now. It's
All
not
right,
bad.
all
All
right,
right,
G.
have a good night.
You too.
Talk to you soon.
See you
Bye.
later. Bye.
Bye. All right, you guys. So that brings us to the end of the live. Deontay was so nice to come on my channel. No, I'm a little channel, but he's definitely um made me smile for the night. So if you guys aren't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button and make sure your notifications are on. Also, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you can follow me there. I'm LeahDTV. And yeah, I just appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching this live. And I will see you on my next review. Ta ta.